Hi everyone, and welcome back to our week of talking about money and finances. So we're here with Rob from Roche, who's taking all of our questions burning on our mind. And today, we've covered already why you might work with a professional, why you might seek expert guidance. So my question for you today is, how do you define a financial advisor? What does that mean?
Yeah, and unfortunately, there are a lot of financial or individuals in this space that call themselves financial advisor. They could be insurance professionals, they can be individuals who work in banks, they can be accountants, they can be professionals from different types of firms, so brokers or actual advisory firms. It's a disservice to the industry, I think, that there are so many people who call themselves financial advisors. The problem is that doing all different kind of things. The standard or typical financial advisor out there is going to focus on investing for you. They're going to want to know how much you have saved and invested and how they can help you, and they're going to invest it in different ways and in different formats and probably with different fee structures. But I think the most important thing to look for is somebody who is going to take a complete review of all of your financial picture in life, not just investing. So they're going to look at all those categories that I mentioned in other posts. That's investing, yes, but also taxes and retirement planning and budgeting and insurance. Maybe there's education planning in there and many other categories. So you have to take a holistic view of all of your finances and not just investing. There is a term that we use in the industry called a fiduciary advisor, and that's somebody who is responsible, by definition, to look out for the best interest of the client above all else. Not all advisors fall into that category. Many advisors will invest their clients in investments that are suitable for them. Suitable, but they're not necessarily the best for them, but they're suitable. Unfortunately, the majority of advisors that you see fall under that category: suitability, not fiduciary. So my advice would be look for a fiduciary advisor. Look for somebody who's looking at all of your finances holistically. And then thirdly, obviously, they got to be somebody that you like and that you can get along with, because hopefully this is someone who's going to be with you, a relationship that you're building for the foreseeable future. And then they're going to help you today, tomorrow, and hopefully way in the future manage all of your finances and your future plans.
That's great, and I feel like that fiduciary responsibility is kind of a clear litmus test for, like, is this person following a certain code of ethics and really looking out for me? But I guess for those of us who might be working with different folks even right now, what is a way to gauge, is my advisor aligned with my interests? And to your point, not just giving me something that's suitable or could kind of pass muster, but really is motivated to help me as a client?
Well, there's a couple ways. One would be if you have to see what kind of questions they're asking, obviously, and you hope they're asking things like your goals and your relationship with money and your past relationship with money. Those are questions that a true fiduciary are going to ask you. Then there's obviously the fee structure that you might see, and as I mentioned earlier, there are different fee structures that are offered in the financial advisory space. The one that I think is probably the best would be what we call either a assets under management fee structure or a fee for service fee structure. And there are a couple different formats that comes into. But what you're looking for is that the advisor's best interest is aligned with your best interest, and they're not just going to make fees for trading in different investments or buying and selling stocks or bonds, but that your success is going to mean their success. And I think that's most important.
That's great, and I can't help but think of the cold calls that you'll get sometimes of like, oh, I'm this advisor, I want to help you. Let me tell you about this product. And I guess that's the other one to look out for, is in addition to the trading that might be happening to, again, generate commissions that go in their pocket, there may be specific products that may or may not fit your needs that again, you know, might be incentive for them to kind of push that.
Yeah, that's really important. As I mentioned earlier, insurance professionals, and I have a lot of respect for insurance professionals for what they do, but many times they'll present themselves as financial advisors with their sole purpose of selling you an insurance product, but they're calling themselves financial advisors. And they're going to talk about your retirement plan or your retirement future, and then quickly say, and I got a product for you for that. And that's unfortunate. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean those products are wrong for you, but they need to be taken into consideration holistically with all of your finances, not just that one narrow subject, which is insurance. So you have to make sure that you're talking to and speaking to an individual who's going to look at all of the aspects of your finances.
Great. Thank you for arming us with these criteria over which we can carefully gauge. If we're going to lean on a professional and trust them with our financial future, we need it to be the right person who's looking out for us. So thank you, Rob.
Of course.